Hello, everybody. Um, a lot going on today, right? But you feel something's coming up in the air. Something goes on with the vibrations. Kind of like going more deep within a hermit mode. There's something that needs to be done. So, you guys probably know that I'm going to be traveling. So today, the astro gravitational report's going to be a little longer than usual, but that report is going to help you for today, and it's going to help you during the week, the whole this week that it's coming up. For there's going to be a lot of energy shift. We are going to have a during the week. Later on, you are going to have a this new beginning, new rebellion within yourself. For It's going to be a little bit rough in the feminine side. I'm going to talk about this a little bit, talking about the relationships between Saturn and Venus. As you guys pay attention to the astrogravitational reports for it, I mentioned about this. We are going to have a new moon that is going to be at Aquarius, and I want to be talking to you about that. But the main thing of all these energies, they are about one thing: knowledge. What are you going to use the knowledge for? If using the knowledge for power and control, you're going to be manipulating this knowledge. If using the knowledge you to understand and gain wisdom from within yourself. So for self evolutions, that's going to be lead you to illuminations, to the proper process of self growth. And that's what this will be. A lot of self growth that is going to come in a whole another way. Since there's going to be not many triggers between Venus and Saturn as they coming in together for a little while, maybe you're gonna go to have some depression. It's not a depression, it's about you to actually look inside of you. And during that look, that you are gonna be seeking for deep, deep internal knowledge inside of you and realizations of what love is. That is that part of the new way of love, new way of intimacy, new way of understanding the love within yourself, and the new way you're gonna be expressing that love from within you. So I'm gonna be getting with the daily astrogravitational report, and then I'm just gonna be switching over for like every day about like 24 hours report there, and hopefully this report's going to help you within. And I'm going to pin it that post into my Facebook page. If you need some any help and so on, it's going to be there. Maybe something you're going to need, something you need to refer on this. So, Erica, thank you for coming in. Much love to you. Thank you for joining in. So, I'm going to be switching here. I'm going to put you on the side so I can be able to monitoring both the chat and the graphics. So, as you see it today, there's going to be a very kind of like a still doing this work of in the shadow, this work that you don't want to face it, you don't want to look into it anymore. You're probably sick of this shadow, but you need to understand within the shadow there is a lot more, because in the shadow there is two things you can find: the darkness, but also through the darkness, through the rabbit hole, you are going to find the truth, the light from within yourself, the hidden light that you have and has been giving to you. So in the morning today at 7 o'clock, the moon is still going to be in Libra, ending that transitions through Venus, through Libra, that help you to understand. She was trining Venus overnight, but 7 o'clock in the morning, she's trining Saturn, which is pointing out something you're about to going to learn. Something. Your intuition has to be understanding. And that's what is that transitions that the moon is going to do today. She's going to entering Scorpio, reminding us about the Scorpio season from within. So, as you guys know it, there is a Hardy Bobs. Thank you for coming in. As you guys still know about it, there is this war still with Lilith and Venus, that oppositions. Through that oppositions, each one sees who is right, who is wrong. But with Uranus match with all this and a midheaven at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a lot of pressure within the feminine energies or understanding about feminine. That is the square between Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio situations. I know I had enough of it. You probably did have enough of that, but something has to be really purged to the point that it's fully understand, fully comprehend. Something has to be purged out, and your learning have to come in. That's what you're going to feel today. You're going to be feeling this energy. That is at 7 o'clock. The ascendant is at Capricorn. That it shows up this beautiful energy of finding your truth from within. The beauty of today, that will be a Mars. Mars is going to be moving ahead. He is going on. That's what some of you are like. What's going on with the masculine energies? Why are they so good? And they're all jacked up, fired up, super excited. And the feminine energies are all kind of like a grumpy and this kind of like energies. That's why, because you have to learn the both sides. If you're a masculine personality, if you're masculine, you choose to be born as masculine, might as well act like this. The same thing as the feminine. If you're feminine, you choose to be a feminine, act like this. And you guys understand it by mixing them within you. All that lead to distort energies within yourself. You don't agree with yourself. You don't agree with who you are, and so on. Internal wars. But that is it, the shadow that's going to be coming in. Midheaven is at 13 degrees, opposing Uranus at 14 degrees. Lilith and Venus, they are respectively at 15 degrees of each other opposition. Lilith is 15 degrees, 27 minutes in Leo. Venus is at 15 degrees, 31 minutes in Aquarius. There is a total oppositions there. But if you look at this Mars and Venus, they still have a trine, still coming down. So now it is to understand the proper masculine energies. You're going to be able to understand the feminine from within. But the intuition is lead you to learn the things you haven't learned for each of the energies. That's what the shadow will be. You to learn the masculine energies that you never learn as a masculine, and you to learn the feminine energies that you never learn as a feminine. That's what the conflict right now is. So at the 8 o'clock in the morning, the energy shifts. The moon it's entering Scorpio. It tells you there is a divine reason why you're going to the shadow. There is a divine energies towards the moon and Jupiter. So when she moves about like 8:30 in the morning, there is a divine energy towards Jupiter is for the divine growth. But in order you to grow something, you have to remove the learning, the things that prevent you not to grow. So there's going to be a square towards the Sun and Pluto there, and also the ascendant that is in Aquarius is like I have to face why I'm not taking the new road, why I'm not reinventing myself. What is this authority from within me? Why I'm suspending my authority and intuition within myself? What is all this that's gotta go? What I need to purge, what I need to get off in there. And you will understand it's all connecting with learning. It's going to be all connecting with Saturn. Saturn, who is the karmic teacher, who is a the teacher from the universe who gives you the secret knowledge from within yourself and makes you go in hermit mode. So at 9 o'clock, the midheaven goes into Sagittarius. There is a divine energies going in with North Node in Uranus. You understand this divine process. You might don't like it what the masculine energies are doing as an actions, and they don't like all this from within. But midheaven at 12 degrees is a beautiful sextile with Venus. That Venus is in trine with Mars. So the masculine perspective of the one side could be aggravations, but the other side it is to understand the actions lies with Mars. So if your Mars is within divine connections, as he is with Mercury retrograde, you're gonna be okay because Mercury is in trine with Uranus and the North Node. So basically, you're flowing within your destiny. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be great, and so on. But if you go in and you are fighting with Mars, fighting with Mars from within you leads to nothing else but destructions to all these positions that they're not leading to good. You take in actions, they're provocative, the situations, and so on and so on. Specifically, we're talking about that this is a opposition Gemini Sag. This it is about duality signs. They don't know what road to take. There's a lot of duality goes on in there. So be mindful what kind of actions you're going to take. The ascendant is together with Saturn, which is a lot of learning towards the intuition. And the moon entering Scorpio, it tells you, let's go, dive within the shadow. So at 10 o'clock, midheaven goes at 26 degrees of Sag, and the ascendant is together with Neptune. You have to look at the visions, the situations, and so on. The moon is sextiling with the midheaven. And during this positions, for it's closing this triangle that it is between the moon, Saturn, and a midheaven. That means you understand there. It's all about the learning. You're gonna learn what you have to learn. That is the transformations to stop this process, not to be transforming yourself, to stop fighting the authority that is there, and to go ahead and look the new way of learning. There's going to be a lot of awakening process for some that they're going to dive within the esoteric into the occult, finding a new way because Saturn in Aquarius suspending some of the learnings because you're not ready, but also Saturn in Aquarius is opening the new learnings, reinventing new things from within yourself to help you learn and take a new, better approach in your life. And since the intuition is there, guess what? You are going to be using that intuition within navigations, within the shadow, what to remove, what to do, take over, and what you have to get within these situations. But the primary, that's going to be fight with the authority and lack of transformations. That is going to be on the menu. But as you guys pay attention, the moon is in divine energies with Jupiter. That is it, the new growth, the growth that is new from within you. 11 o'clock, midheaven goes with Mercury retrograde. Communications, you probably gonna be feel the desire of communications, expressions, situations, and so on. Mercury and the midheaven, they're divine energies with Mars. That is gonna be pointing out there you to take a stand from within yourself. But Mercury is in retrograde. Before you speak, learn. Before you go, create action. Look what kind of actions this Mercury retrograde point you out to do. Okay. And that is in a beautiful trines with Uranus and the North Node. That it's telling you that the universe is still teaching you of what you need to develop in a spiritual way in the material world for a material prosperity. North Node is also into Taurus, material prosperity. What do you have? What do you go? What do you need? And so on from within you. But if you look at it Uranus is in this kind of like situations because he's squaring Lilith and Venus are there in fight right now. So you need to be looking at within yourself. What are you fighting for? Something? What is that? What is that from within you? Why you are mad at the universe? Maybe you don't have to be mad at the universe. Maybe the universe teaching you a lesson. So this is going to be also a part of this shadow works that's coming. So at 12 o'clock, the midheaven is together with the sun, as usually is. That is squaring the moon and the sun, and Pluto doesn't have any more these trines with Uranus in the north node, and the ascendant is there. The only focus of Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is sextile with the moon. So the direct fight with the moon within the intuition is not going to help you. What is going to help you? It is listening communications from the divine, from sudden changes, from sudden learnings, from sudden things that you are going to do from within you. That is going to lead you to the divine growth. At 1 o'clock, midheaven goes in Aquarius. Things are shifting there a little bit. The ascendant, it is at 2 degrees of Gemini. Mercury retrograde is in divine energies, but the moon is in divine energies with the ascendant friendship. You have to learn that the friendships that is at the beginning of everything. You ruin the friendship, you ruin everything. And that's what the masculine energies right now. It's like you ruin the relationships, friendships, and so on. That's what I'm looking for. You come as a friend, perfect. You come as a frenemy or and so on. It's like, I don't know. I learned my lesson. I was retrograde. I study all this, and I don't want to deal with it. It created my internal war. I don't want a war anymore. I want the peace with me. That is a lot of wisdom. It's coming in because of Jupiter and ascendant are sextiling Mars, and at Jupiter it is sextile Pluto and the Sun. So during on these positions, for you still gonna be looking the situations, but midheaven at 8 degrees of Aquarius, it points you out there is something is has to be rebelled because midheaven squares the moon, but also squares the north node. So you're gonna feel like that today's karma is something that has been done with in the shadow side. Maybe you use your intuitions for the shadow things, for the shadow situations, and now that's what you need to learn. It is divine timing within, because the moon has a yacht. That yacht coming from the ascendant, what you see in the Gemini, and Jupiter that is in Aries, and that's what points out the shadow because Aries combinations with Gemini energy, you have to look. This is a air and a fire energy, but there is a two Gemini, the one who is in the light and the one who is in the darkness, and that's what the divine energy is. Usually, with people who are connecting between Aries and Gemini, they are looking into the shadow. They are looking into the eighth house with their divine energies. That's what the yards are pointing out. And right now, since the moon is there, you're going to be seeing the intuition. So maybe during to this time in the next that hour, you are maybe going to find things that you never found inside of you before. So at 2 p.m., the energy is going to get a little better. The ascendant moves at 18 degrees. There is a beautiful energies with Saturn. Midheaven joins Saturn now. You're learning. You're kind of like finally, poof, things that came in. Things came in to come out in the shadow. You're going to have the oh, aha moment. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, I understand. But be mindful that what you might see, it's not my what you expected. So be honest from within yourself. Even if you find the good from within you, great. You find the bad from within you, Great, because you will know on the both sides, you illuminating yourself about the truth from within you. And that's going to be a very beautiful because the moon is in divine energies with Jupiter. She's for the divine growth in there. But before the divine growth, she have to remove everything and transform for what she learned in there. So at 3 o'clock, the energies get a little more intense. Mercury retrograde says like, you don't want to learn, really. Let me send you a messages. Let me send you this intensify energy from within. You're trying to talk to someone? No, they don't want to talk to you. You're trying to communicate with someone? No, they want to talk to you. You have to talk to yourself. You're not ready. You're not going. I am in retrograde mode, and you're trying to connecting with others. It's not gonna be helpful. This is usually one of those moments that you wish you never send a text over during the Mercury retrograde season. Why? Because it does something. What it does, Mercury retrograde, it is in Capricorn, professionally profound way. But the ascendant is at 2 degrees of Cancer. So something about family, emotions. So if you're using your emotions, if you're using your things from within, it's not going to help you. You maybe express intense energies because they are going to be self-sabotaging your growth. You maybe cut connections with people. You maybe cut connections with jobs. You maybe do all this, but that is only an energy, guys, to show you what the internal conflict is within you. You solve the internal conflict, the outward conflict is going to be solved. Why? Because the ascendant is a beautiful trine with the moon, and the moon's got a divine energies with Jupiter. You grow. Midheaven, that is in Pisces, the mystery wise, it is at 9 degrees. It is also trying the moon. But midheaven, it's also a sextiling Uranus and the North Node. There you go. This is your answer. You're looking at there, you're learning yourself, you allow these energies to follow its natural path, and you looking inside of you to heal your situations. All right. So 4 p.m. The ascendant is a mid Cancer. It's at 15 degrees 45 minutes. It's gonna begin to kind of like opposing both Mercury retrograde and the Sun. You might gonna feel like the masculine energy is going through a deep transformations. At the same time, the feminine energies, they're gonna be in deep learning from within. So during this, you might gonna feel like disconnect from people, disconnect in energies, disconnect with your soul connections, disconnecting with the world, and you're gonna feel like abandoned. No, you're not. You actually have this energy, so you can grow these areas that you have not grown from within you. Midheaven is in 25 degrees of Pisces. That energy is going to be squaring Mercury retrograde. So be careful if in the past hour you sent some kind of messages about this. You may feel like, man, why did they do that? It's too late. I sent it. Man, what I got all this. It's too late. As the moon goes more further within the Scorpio, she's going to begin to opposing the North Node. And Uranus, that's going to remind you about the Scorpio season we got. That's going to remind you about like diving within a rabbit hole. You go dive within the tube of the gravity. You go ahead and see within the gravity donut. Within the gravity donut, you're going to be preparing to go inside, and you're going to walk out. The question is what gravity are you going to use? Are you using the universe gravity that comes in down there, or are you trying to get the energy from within yourself, the material positions and so on, you to grow and give? So it's going to be like one of those situations. The first situations, you may be using the energy of the universe to do materializations, or you take that universe energy for you to self-learn. The second one, it is like using these energy situations from within you to grow materialistically, or you're gonna be growing as a universal human being. So that is gonna be this gravitation shadow. If you haven't seen the gravity, I would suggest to go ahead and look from within the previous videos. So at 5 o'clock, midheaven is with Chiron. That is it. Healer, the self healing. That's what Chiron in Aries does. If you have a Chiron in Aries where you were born, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Life beats you up and you heal, and then you help other people to heal, and you feel like that I'm cursed. No, you're not. You choose to be the wounded healer on earth, so you better act like one and understanding all the processes from within yourself. Usually, people with Chiron in Aries, they have a lot of self-healing powers inside of them. So midheaven there, it's helping sextile with the masculine energies of Mars. Also, what it does, it is a trine with Lilith. That is this healing power. It's like healing there. Don't fight, but look there's situations from within yourself. But Chiron is gonna be squaring, also has been squaring Mercury. That is a lack of communications. You don't want to talk about it because you don't want to talk about what? You don't want to talk about pain, because when you talk about pain, you're actually passing the pain to the others. What you need to do is talking about healing, how to overcome the pain. That is going to be a lot of lessons in there. Specifically, we're talking about all these situations. And since the moon during this hour moving more further in Scorpio, she's going to be under the influence of Mars and Jupiter. The focus to grow within the shadow, the focus to see all the darkness inside and shine the light from within. There's going to be a two yachts beginning to be made. They're going to be lasting for quite a while. They are there, I'd say, between Mars, the moon, and Jupiter, and the other one, it's Mercury retrograde with Mars. So basically, there is this beautiful divine energies that comes in and tells you everything is going to be okay, everything is going to be all right. You're in the right directions. You're moving to a new situation, new stuff, new places, but you have to let go of the old, of the things in the shadow. So at 6 o'clock, exactly that energy is going to be really not getting intense because the ascendant is in Leo. That is a together with Lilith opposing Venus. That feminine energy is going to be like, I don't wish not to be born. But at the same time, all these energies, midheaven, it's opposing the moon, putting intentions into the intuitions. So there is a pressures in Lilith, there is a pressures in Venus, there is a pressures in the moon. While the masculine energies, which is Mercury retrograde, the Sun, and Mars, they are pretty much better shape from within. So now the energies are pointing out the real problems, the real digging, the real shadow within. A lot of feminine clearing energies inside of you. You maybe understand something about the feminine energies. Uh, Erica, are both gravitational situations good? Um, both the energy gravitation is good as long as you understand, Erica, uh, why do you using it for? What is the purpose? Because you can use the energies. For example, you can use the energy of knowledge. You can use that knowledge for power and control. So if you look at it from you taking this material knowledge to using some energies, you to trying to control the things outside world, also the universe. It's kind of like you're sending this control. You think that you're controlling these situations, but if you take this nature energy from within you. You're fixing yourself from within yourself, and you go rise up through that tube. From the bottom's energies, you're going to send this all positive energies out in the universe. You're going to be working with the universe. The one, it's a material control and possession. The other, that is the wisdom inside it, illuminate you of how to operate with the universe energies. If looking at the other side, that is it when the universe energies are coming into materializing thing into the world. How you gonna be changed if you use the wisdom and the process of understanding from what you take these universe energies and you making better things in the world. But if you use these energies for self, for controlling, for doing some manipulations in there, now the outcome is going to be different, maybe even catastrophic to some of the people within there, because you can't do this within a manipulation. So it's all the control about within the people's minds, what they are. So that's what I was referring to. They are both good, but they're also both bad. It all depends on what the person will choose to do. That's what the gravity is. The gravity is a pull and push. Pull, you're pulling things towards you. Pushing, you moving away from yourself. It is the same situations basically. But if you have a very beautiful mind from within to understand that certain energies are coming towards you, and what you're pushing outside from within yourself, you actually benefit, and you begin to be in synchronizations within the processes that's going on in earth, in the universe, and the whole solar system, but also around you as an energy within you. That's what this is, because of whatever your mind is processing, you're going to be emitting these energies out through it. That energies, though, it is emotions. So it's going to be a more proper to say that right now we are shifting from emotions to the energy. Let the energy speak instead of emotions for it. Yes. So I can only cry from happiness to understand this. I know how to use this. Yeah, a lot of the people understand how to use this and they're using it, and that is beautiful, Erica. Yes, it is. So let's go back into the astrology. 7 o'clock. Boy, that energy is gonna be really piled up. For ascendant is at 21 degrees. It is opposing Saturn and Venus. Also Lilith. It is opposing Venus, and all this it's squaring midheaven, Uranus, and the North Node, and that is opposing the Moon. Some of you is gonna be feel like, hell no, I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to know nothing about it. But the only exit line for that will be looking at the Mercury retrograde and the divine energies between Mercury retrograde and Mars with the Moon. That is going to be, you're going to be looking at divine talks, because at some point all this is not going to happen in there, because the alt energies, the alt part of control has not been grown, and now Venus is like, I want to grow. This is like the daughter that is a 15, 16, and the mother says like, no, you should not have this, you should not do this, you should not. And like, mom, I'm a 15, 16, don't you think I understand all this? That is gonna be when the mother sees that, hey, you don't know what is out there yet. You haven't experienced it. And Venus is like, no, I'm rebel. I'm gonna stand against anything and everything inside of it, because I am okay with my Mars within me. I am entwined with Mars. So there's going to be a lot of situations of daughters that are bolting out because of masculine energies. There's going to be a lot of this Venus rebellion situations. But as you guys know it, I'm going to be talking about this. Venus is going to join Saturn, who doesn't really have aspects except the midheaven or ascendant, which is he's going to come and go and on and on. when all this. So during the day, you're gonna learn things, and 10 is like no connections. What the heck? So at 8 o'clock, midheaven is at 28 degrees of Taurus. Things are shifting a little bit. There is no more this pressure for it. It's a healing time. The ascendant moves into Virgo. This beautiful trine with Jupiter. Mercury retrograde, Mars and the Moon. Divine energies, Yant is going to be pointing out towards Mars, the masculine energies inside of it. They're not happy of what they see, the damage, the situations from within. But midheaven is squaring Saturn. It's mean like look at the teacher, but the teacher it is opposing the ascendant in there. Is like the lesson is like, oh, you got hurt again. Oh, well, you didn't listen. That's why you got hurt. So some of you is going to be listening to these energies, to advices, maybe something from within you that's going to rise up from within. But Mercury retrograde is in a beautiful energies with the ascendant, beautiful energies with the moon. That is going to be helping you. Divine talk, divine communications. And at 9 o'clock, you're going to be learning the masculine energies from within, the actions that you need to take. The ascendant, I mean, it is at Virgo. There is a lot of healing of Venus that's going on. At the same time, midheaven is together with Mars. There is this double whammy divine energy from the moon that is in Scorpio and Mercury retrograde. You're going to do the inner work. Are you a friend with you? Are you a friend with your heart? Are you a friend with your soul? Are you a friend with your body? Are you a friend with your mind? Ooh, what kind of actions you gonna change? What kind of actions you gonna take? What are you gonna be looking at there inside of you? Are you gonna be honest with yourself, which is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn? Are you gonna be the pro from within yourself? Because that pro actually reflects out in the world. You see something that you lie to yourself. You may be something from within yourself that was deep in there. And now this work of the whole day process, now it's coming in to show you what the problems are, but also shows you what to heal. Ascendant and Virgo, that is a Virgo energies of healing. It is in a beautiful divine energies. First with Venus, and 10 is going to be with Saturn. Healing the love and learning lessons. Hard lessons, sometimes they are learned in a hard way, but they are learned. So at 10 o'clock, the ascendant is going in 27 degrees of Virgo. There is a beautiful, beautiful trines with the sun and Pluto. Now you're taking this authority. You feel like it's time for me to transform. I am coming to transform. I am transformations. I am doing all this. Midheaven is at 26 degrees, 44 minutes in Gemini. The Sun is 25 minutes, 42 minutes in Capricorn. Pluto is 28 degrees, 9 minutes in Capricorn. Divine energies from midheaven. Why? Friends, could you have all this within yourself as friendliness? Your intuition, your love, which is Venus, your talk. Would you unite everything from within yourself? Huge divine lessons in there. Could you have this inner peace inside of you? You need to understand that the energy is going to come in about the inner peace, but also it's going to show you maybe what you haven't healed, what you need to heal, what the problems are, why you haven't grown, why you haven't done things. You might find out that you are self-sabotaging yourself, your own destiny, your what the universe was giving it to you. You maybe find out the situations that you were having a fight with the feminine energies. You were using intimate situations for material gains, and you sabotage your destiny from within yourself, but it's a learning curve, it's a learning process. You maybe use and you learn the growth in life in the hard way. It's like different way that shouldn't be. You maybe were having visions from within yourself. All this is coming in because the ascendant, it is opposing Jupiter and it's opposing Neptune. The wrong understanding about growth, the wrong visions that you got in life. The moon, it's opposing North Node in Uranus. That is it, like, oh, well, I was fighting my destiny and I was fighting the universe. Lilith and Venus fight. That is a when the love is being used by material possessions. Oh, I sabotage my universe within me. And since all this, it's leading to Uranus and the North Node, there's a lot of learning in there. The masculine energies there may be like learning that they have these feminine energies within themselves and they got all beat up. Why? Because they weren't the proper masculine energy within themselves. So now Mars is learning also the same way. Also, the Mercury retrograde is sending messages to everyone. So, beautiful time for you to sit down and reevaluate everything because everything inside of you, it is about one thing: relationships. The ascendant is at 9 degrees at Libra, the relationships between you and your destiny, you and the universe. Okay, midheaven is at 10 degrees of Cancer. It is about the family, but you have the family within yourself. Is Mars is your family? Is Venus is your family? Is the Moon is your family? Is the Mercury is your family? In you, you creating your own internal family within yourself. Oops, that's what that is. You are going to be looking at these situations, and that's going to come in from the divine energies there in Taurus. That is the destiny. The North Node, it's 10 degrees towards the 9 degrees, 7 minutes ascendant in Libra. The divine energies of your connections within the divine, how they are working in you. So, this is going to be the astrogravitational report for today. And I'm going to be kind of like a zoom up what is going on within 12 hours. I just have to adjust it to noon. So that way it's going to be a midday. And not going to go through all this. All right. So, 2016, 16, which is going to be a Monday. Mid-Kevin in Ascendant, I'm not going to take him in the considerations in there. But on January 16, the Sun and Pluto is going to be coming more and more. That is the authority and transformations. Taking follow up the visions and follow up the growth. That is going to be charge of the masculine energies that are going to be taking over at this time. Mercury retrograde with Mars divine energies are going to be leading there. So is Uranus and the North Node. The Moon is going to be halfway of Scorpio. That is going to be total opposition. Uh, that is a total oppositions with Uranus and the North Node. You are going to feel and understand what the heck happened within the shadow. Midheaven, this time of noon is going to be with the authority. So that is it, the more important work that you're going to do in there. But that is it connecting with Neptune. That is a Neptune is in trine with the moon. The moon is going to be looking at the visions and seeking this masculine authority for transformations. Bob's, I am a Libra. I am born on October 6th, 1973. And my ascendant is Cancer. On January 17, these energies that we talk about is going to be increased. It's going to be increased and it's going to be more powerful. The moon is going to be exiting Scorpio. That is going to be the time that she learns what was in the shadow and what it needs to be correct, what it needs to be. But she's not happy for what she has not learned or what learning she got wrong. She's gonna be not happy with Mars where it goes because she is opposing Mars at this time. But she is in a beautiful trine with Jupiter, which is the growth, and a beautiful trine with Neptune. That is a connections with the Sun and Pluto transformations that is in process. But through the connections with Jupiter, she is in a beautiful sextile together with Mars. So direct conflict is not going to lead to anything good. Cooperations is going to lead to absolutely everything that you have to work from within yourself. The intuition can work with the authority and the Pluto for a proper visions, for a proper growth. All that leads into Mars, who is in divine energies with Mercury retrograde, that they are, which is Mercury retrograde, is entwined with Uranus and the North Node. That is it, the positive energy that's going to come in and connects everything. But who connects everything? Your intuitions. So, following that intuitions on January 18th, the moon moves into the first 10 degrees of Sag. There's going to be divine energies with Uranus and the North Node. Lilith is going to make divine energies with Mercury, and Mercury is divine energies with Mars. So now, finally, you maybe learn that the differences between a lost and powerful intimacy using the soul. That's what Lilith wanted to be in control of it. Lilith wanted to say everything, but be mindful because that conflict, it can breed a conflict with within your destiny. And on January 18th, the fight between Venus and Lilith ends. Why? Because the moon and Lilith, they are in sextile. That is at a moment when the moon, the Lilith understands that toxic situations doesn't work anymore, and she has communications from within. And that is at the moment that Venus is listen, its mother, its intuition from within herself. But Venus is squaring Uranus. It's like self-sabotaging situations in there. And Venus is going to be learning a hard truth from within. So at 19th, the moon the moon goes into the beginning of the end of Sag, the beginning of Capricorn. It's going to be help you in a way with Saturn situations. It's going to be like you need to learn things. And that learning is going to be powerful because the Sun, Pluto are there. Venus and Saturn are only 4 degrees apart. And looking at there it's 5 degrees apart between Uranus and the North Node. So the moon is going to be joining Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going to be still have effects of Mercury retrograde, but he's going to be ending that retrograde position. He's going to stay there for a little bit because he's like, now it's time to communicate and be a pro. Now you're going to learn the intuition is going to tell you what you need to say. The pressure is going to come out from Mercury retrograde. Some of you is going to feel released, relieved, and so on within that positions. January 20th, the energy is going to be overall beauty. Beautiful. Except one thing, though. That is going to be that Venus approaching Saturn doesn't have any other aspects. And that is going to be a little bit tough for some of you. It's maybe you're gonna feel like there is no love, there was no situations, there is no problem, there is all this. The moon is together with Mercury, who is direct now, beautiful trines with Uranus in the North Node. You're following the path of the destiny. Midheaven helps the transitions within the sun. That the sun right now moves into Aquarius, and Pluto is right next to it. It's like, okay, move on, sun. Transitions in there. That is going to be a very beautiful energies with Jupiter. That it is the growth, the personal growth from within. Mars, it's got these divine energies with the moon and Jupiter. That is going to be a very beautiful understanding that the Mars is giving into the intuition, following its intuition, and knows how to operate from in itself. So this is going to be a very beautiful energy. So a lot of the people is going to be like, finally, Mercury retrograde is gone. Everything goes back. Everything moves forward. Everything is okay. Yes, everything is all right. The only thing that right now it's left is we have Uranus, who is retrograde. Everything else, it's moving forward. So on January 21st, there's going to be this new moon. And it's going to be a very powerful. Usually, those aspects in there, we are having a specifically, I'm talking about the 21st, is that there's going to be this marriage between Venus and Saturn begins. The moon, Pluto, midheaven, and the sun, they're all pile up together. That is a transformations. That is a intuitions. That is the work. That is the authority in 1 degree of Aquarius. But all this is gonna be opposing one thing: toxicity. It's gonna be opposing Lilith at 1 degrees of Leo. So people has enough with all this, have enough of this damage, these situations, lies, cheats, deceits, not keeping your words, contracts broke down, and so on and so on. There is no love within that. And that's what Venus and Saturn, there's gonna be like what we have learned. Nothing. So we need to change. What are the changes we? The change is gonna go through because that new moon is gonna be need to rebel from within. That rebellion, it is connecting a sextile towards the Jupiter, who is the growth, the new beginning inside. That is a beautiful sextile with Mars, the masculine energies taking a charge in there. Mercury is moving forward. And Mercury says, I'm going to be doing this growth, but that growth is going to go through the masculine energies. Otherwise, if you don't talk to me about growth and you're sabotaging that growth, I'm not talking to you. That is it, the professional. And you tell them that the professional, trying to give an advice to a professional, and they're like, listen, hey, you're pro. I designed these machines. I design all this. I understand these machines from the bottom of my head. You're trying to tell me how to fix it. No, you can't. I'm the pro. I know what I'm talking about. This is going to be a lot of from within yourself, a lot of within your internal situations. But this Venus Saturn situations can create a lot of depressions with you. You're going to feel like you're lost, abandoned, and so on. Actually, is you to find out the situations from within yourself, to find the love within you, to discover this beautiful love within yourself, to reinvent yourself. So this is going to be a very beautiful inner work. I'm suggesting you to meditate, dive from within, reading positive books and situations. Otherwise, that energy, that things from within you, it may drops you down. You may feel disconnected from everyone. This is including in all levels. Okay, but you're disconnected for a reason. You're disconnected there for a reason. You to take new leap of faith from within yourself, to reinvent your intuitions, you to reinvent your authority, you to reinvent the love within you. But you have to remove the old. So while the old is removed, and there's going to be a test for you if everything is removed, the teacher is absent. So is the love of the teacher is absent. So a lot of the people, they're going to feel like abandonment from the teacher. The students who are abandoned by their master, they lost their master, they lost their idol, and so on. No, you're not. You're the master from within you. You have to become a self master. That is going to be the main power, the main pillars of all this. That is it. The authority and intuition reinvent themselves in Aquarius. So looking at that, your intuition, your authority, this is going to be a very beautiful trine with Mars. Mars is in divine energies with Mercury. Mercury is in trines with Uranus in the North Node. That's going to be the only aspect through Mercury, through the communications from within yourself. But the main fight, that is going to be the fight between all this with Lilith, because Lilith stands in the way of these transformations. And 22nd, that energy still is going to go on. Lilith is moved to the 1 degree of Leo. Now she's going back into Cancer. She is going to be at 0 degrees, 0 minutes. And hi, Journey. Thank you for coming in. And Lilith is coming back into Cancer. The moon moves into the mid of Aquarius. Now this Saturn Venus conjunctions, it's in full force. You're going to feel these energies of isolations and so on. But the intuition tells you have to go and make actions. Actions of friendships. Actions of friendships with the growth, action with the friendships with the authorities, through that growth, through that transformations, through that communications, and through the communications to become the divine from within. Mars is going to leading the energy. That's going to be the actions from within. While Saturn and Venus, they have something to talk about it. That is the authority and the feminine energies within themselves. That is when the master is teaching the feminine love. That is like a God is gonna teaching Eve what to love, because it's only God and Venus there. Inside of Saturn, Saturn is the karmic ruler, but he is the karmic messenger. He has the messages behind its rings, the messages of wisdom, the messages of illumination. And that's what this is going to be. But don't go into a depression. Don't go like the whole world is the end and so on. Be a friend with everything in you. A lot of self-love. That's what another lesson will be. And to finish at this on 23rd, Lilith understands situations. Probably the fight went down that the Lilith surrendered, the toxic ways of surrendering, because Lilith has the divine energies with who? With Venus and Saturn. Right now, Venus, the moon, and Lilith all coming in together under the divine learning from Saturn. So Saturn, Venus, moon, they're all together, and they have divine energies towards Lilith in Cancer, Lilith in the family. So this is going to be a beautiful divine learning, divine fixing within the energies of the feminine side. This is going to be that power of this week that you are going to learn from within. And hopefully you understanding all this, because that's going to help to heal not only the family first from within you, going to heal the family outside of you, but also the family on earth. Okay, guys. So now I can take some questions if you have any of it. I hopefully this report is going to help you. I'm going to be pin it into. Hi, Archer. Good morning to you. Thank you for listening to it. Glad to see you here. Tiffany, glad to see you here too. So if you guys have so many questions, please ask about it. But if you look at it, this gravity works two ways. You either push or you pull. So if you look at it, the intense energies, they're telling you, pay attention on this. I'm coming to tell you what the problem is. So you take those energies, you dig in it from within, you solve the issues, then you send it back. And now there is inner peace within you. This is how you are going to illuminate yourself. You're working with the energies, you're going to be good within that, and you're going to flow with the current flow of energies that are coming towards us, towards the earth, and what we are going to be moving within our journeys here. All right, guys, if there is no questions, let's share the love and the light, and I will see you later on at the main channel. Yes, exactly. We're 70% water. Planetary movement affects it just like the tides of the ocean. Archer, yes, very good to that. Actually, you're sending this. I want you to kind of like look at it. If you're living close to the sea, you might find out that when you are in the sea, you're going to be looking at through the sand. If the water is calmed, you're going to see a patterns of the sand, and you will pay attention. Then that depends of the waves and the vibrations that is coming between the moon and the earth in the sand. There is a different configurations of the waves of the sand in the bottom of this, and you're gonna see all this. And by looking at the patterns, you will know what kind of frequency is there. If you know, understand what I'm trying to tell you, you will understand what this is. But when there is a very heavy waves and so on, you're not able to see these vibrations. Why? Because the energy of movement has to happen in order to understand the proper vibrations. So when the waves come down, when you solve the problem, the waves it's coming down, and all of a sudden these waves, you see the pattern of your learning there. That is the old learning of the waves, yes. Because I went here living by the Black Sea, I see the Dead Seas. I mean, flat. There is no either a little bit flat, and I can see these patterns there, and I monitor it quite a few times, quite a few days, and it's beautiful. Yeah. All right, so this is going to be 22nd, 23rd, but this January 23rd, this is going to be a very beautiful, divine energies from the feminine. Very beautiful. It's going to be a divine lessons and a blessings at the same time, guys. And hopefully this is going to be working for you. All right, guys, I will see you in a week. I'm not going to do the astro gravitational report while I'm on vacation. So that's what is gonna be pinned down on my Facebook. So if you need to refer to something, that will be it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let's share the love and the light, and we'll see you later on with some of you. Thank you all. I appreciate it. You guys be love, okay? Just be love. Love ya.